I did want to ask you, Robert, when it came to this film, what was it for you, and maybe even Eric as well, when you're producers or a director, what was the one thing that you were like, when we get this, we have a movie or a certain shot, or even find a certain moment where you're like, this is the movie, we got a movie, that kind of like old Hollywood moment. Do you remember what that might have been, Robert?
Yeah, I know the moment. And we didn't work it out till very late, and I don't want to have any spoilers for the audience, but there's a great big epic moment in this film with Eric in this amazing landscape that comes late in the film. And we came up with the idea for it very, very late. And it involved us revisiting a location that we'd been to get it. And it kind of combined the character, which I love, with the world, this incredible landscape and the epic nature of the landscape.
Eric, if a friend were to ask you about Force of Nature, The Dry 2, how would you best explain this story to them?
I would explain it as a thriller whodunit. It's definitely genre of that world, but at the same time, it's a survival film. It really is about these five women who go off on a corporate retreat, a team building exercise, and get lost in the bush. One of them happens to be my informant. So I think it combines a few different elements, but essentially we have a genre film here.
Robert, if I can ask, Aaron is a big part of this, but the other side to this coin is the brilliant Anna Torv as well. So can you tell us about how she came in and then working with her to kind of give you what you needed to kind of reverberate through time for Eric's character?
Yeah, she's one of our great actors, and Eric and I had both really admired her work in Mindhunter. Her, incredible career as, she was Emmy nominated for The Last of Us recently, and we needed someone really formidable for that role who could play the kind of toughness of that character, but with kind of some real sophistication and complexity, so that she wasn't just someone that, we didn't like. We needed to understand the psychology of where she got to. She really is one of our great actors. I think that whole ensemble of five women, Deborah Lee Furness returning to our screens, and Robin McLeave, who'd done a lot of work in the States, but then the younger emerging actors, incredible, Cece Stringer and Lucy Ansell. Yeah, no, I think the ensemble was driven actually by the characters on the page. Amazing ensemble of characters in that book.
For sure. Now, I do have to ask, when you shoot in nature, nature can give, but can also take or punish as well. So I guess, do you guys have any moments, Robert? I think you mentioned something about before about something about, let's get the leeches off the actors if possible. I've seen some scenes that I see it's a little buggy at times too, Eric. Is that hard to be stoic when you're like at the same time? Like, how did it kind of work for you with this, with nature here?
I had it pretty good. I didn't get anywhere near as many leeches as the girls did. They were in amongst it a bit more than I was. So I just loved it, though. I mean, these locations were, not many people have been allowed to film in the locations we were in. We presented a real compelling case for the park authorities, and they let us in, which was just so amazing. And so you're seeing a part of Australia that you haven't seen on the big screen before, which is great.
Fantastic. Well, I want to say I actually love this, and I can't wait for everyone to watch this too. And I'm not going to ask you about a third installment. Let's get through number 2 first. But I'll look for the wink and a smile after the next project, and we'll see what happens from there. But I hope everyone in your world is happy and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. Great to talk to you again.
Cheers.
Thank you.